So I got something really cool to show. It's only my second thing that I've gotten in a box from Kamen, but it's Cosmic State's Fourze. And I got him for only like $23, I think he was. And you can see everything you can get in the Fourze line, including Meteor and I can't think of the other guy's name. But yeah, check out this box. It's in the FMCS Kamen Rider Fourze set. And you can see him with his sword and the giant foot. It's got so much stuff all over the place on it. Got the gyro and the board module. Up here you can see that it's Fourze Module Change Series number 7. And you can see where the gyro module is, the board module, giant foot, and the Barazin Sword Boost Mode Cosmic module for his Cosmic State Change, and his Barazin Sword Slash mode. So, stick that over there a little bit. Actually, I'm going to turn it onto the back, because the back looks really, really cool. It reminds me of those packagings where this flap is like this, but this is the front of the box opposed to the back. But I got the instructions here. You can see it comes with Fourze, the different modules, and the two forms of his blade. And you can see how the foot and, well, the parts that pretty much come apart, and that you can move his shoulder parts for some reason, and that you can equip all the parts with all of the characters. They can have four things connected to them. Sometimes more if you can manage to you have a module on where they can hold a weapon too. Then you can get away with 5. And on here shows that the hands can move to grip weapons and stuff. Now you can pose with the sword there. And how to make sure the hand's closed in a certain position to put the arm pieces on. And that you want to point the foot down with the boot open to get it on there. And that parts of the board there move so you can get the foot on. That one's a little tricky because you do want it to where it's slanted, so when you put it into attach it to the shin part, that his foot kind of goes down into it. But yeah, let's take a look at the actual figure. And here we look at that. Because obviously in his cosmic state, it's his most powerful form. Turn on this focus a little bit so it focuses more on him than the back. But he has all of his switches, as you can see on his chest there. All the numbered switches. And he can use pretty much all of them. 2 at a time, as far as I believe. Like he could fuse 2 different ones together. You can see his belt really... I don't know, these figures are really nicely articulated. At the start, I only had like a few, but I've really been liking them. Because they have really nice gimmicks and really nice articulation. Because a lot of their shoulders like this, the shoulder pieces are attached there. And you can move them pretty much all the way around, 360. And you can turn it at the bicep. And of course the hands move and can open. And they have 2 joints for certain things where essentially you can put their fingers like this. They usually have really good rotation on the heads and stuff too. They don't some have waist movement, but some don't have a whole lot due to sometimes their gimmicks. And yeah, it's just kind of a ball jointed leg that can kick out pretty far. And a knee bend. And you can bend it here at the leg too. And his foot out some of the ones, because of some of his modules, he can point his foot all the way out. A lot of the other ones I have can't quite do that with their feet. Well, this really does not want to focus with that in the background there. But yeah, so he's kind of one of the only ones so far I've come across where you can point their feet all the way down. But yeah, the X modules go on this leg, the triangle ones go on that leg, circles on this one, squares on this one. So let's get out some of them. We got the board module, which I read up on, and pretty much he can use it to pretty much go over any terrain, by the sounds of it. So you can be going up like rocky levels and rocky ledges and stuff. Wow, why does my phone really not want to stay focused on what I'm looking at? Usually it doesn't have this much of a problem. Alright. Make sure I get the right. There we go. And now he's on a snowboard. I had him on this for a while too. The only thing is, even though it kind of angles a little, his foot doesn't always want to because it's in there really straight. Alright. Now for the fun one. Let's get out the boot. And put it also on. Let's see, turn it right a little bit. And then you want to... This foot's a little turned. Want to bend it back up in there. And now, he's got the big foot as well. And the giant foot can pretty much, it can control gravity. And when he generally stomps with it and stuff, you see like a projection of a giant foot, you know, pushing people around and stomping them. Pretty aggressive in a while. Now, we have the gyro module that you can actually spin it. Now this one, you want to make sure that his hand's closed. But you also want to make sure that his thumb can kind of get in the way. This one. And pretty much you can use it to fly. I thought it would be kind of cool if you could use it to, you know, put it in front of you and either blow people away or, you know, reverse it to pull yourself towards people. You know, kind of like using cyclone powers or something. See if I can get him to stand. Standing on something rather soft, so I'm not sure if he'll want to stay. And then the last thing is his two weapons, which kind of looks like a shuttle or a missile part. You can hold it here, as well as the handle. And then the launched mode, when he pulls this back, the handle back, and it opens up to do like his finishers and stuff. This one's a little finicky to get into his hand because you're trying to close it with the two side pieces in the way. But there you are. There he is holding all of the parts. Sliding over all terrains, flying over everything he wants to. Having the big stomp boot so when he comes back down or just stomps his foot on the board, it'll take some people out. But yeah, I was so happy to be able to get this guy. And various others that I'll get to eventually too. Because I have been really hooked on getting Kamen Rider stuff. A few of the belts, of course, but this foot doesn't want to come out of there. There we go. But yeah, I've been really hooked on getting some of the. I wanted to get a few of the belts, but the figures are really cool in my opinion. You almost can't tell it, but he has kind of like speckles in the blue material on him. And they're really nicely painted and everything. And they pose really good. I don't know, I'm just really happy with them. But yeah. I think that's about it. And I'll get around to showing some of the other ones that I got. So until next time, I'll see you guys later.